More go at the same time here to start off.
Let's start with Leo. You got I can't praise for Cam Betsby. You got off to a good start. You made the sack that forced Holy Cross upon the first series, and then you get the block on that one, and then the next time the ball you have a sack and a fumble recovery. How important was it to get off to a good start today?
It was huge. I think we always play our best when we get off to a good start, when we come out hot out of the locker room. And that proved to be true again today. So and we just got to keep doing that for the next two games.
Jabari, just you were playing a very good quarterback, Matthew Soka, today, and but you were containing him for the most part. What did it take?
It was definitely, a challenge because, not only did he have the passing attack, but he also could make plays on the ground. So just being disciplined in our scheme of the defense was the key.
Jabari, that pass breakup on that fourth down play, can you walk us through that and what you're seeing? And, they tried to fool you, but you weren't fooled, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Woody got us in a good call. We knew there was a threat for a pop pass, so just reading keys and playing it like that.
Making that play here at home, one of your last games at Mikey Stadium, what does that mean to you?
It's definitely special, just making plays with our teammates. Leo, he was hype after the play, and just being able to celebrate together is special, especially with these last few home games coming up.
Hey guys, Jeff Monken, ENV Magazine. Congrats on the win today. Leo, your two sacks had major repercussions in this game. The first sack leads to the block punt, and then the second sack, leads to fumble. What did you see on that fumble that allowed you to get the ball back and kind of push the momentum your guys' way?
Yeah, it was actually a similar call to the one we had down the goal line. I was just blitzing my gap. I saw the guard pull, so I went across with him and ended up just kind of in the right spot. So I just went and tried to make a play and ended up in our favor. So you say.
And Jabari, what did Holy Cross do so differently in the fourth quarter? And what allowed you guys to withstand their late rally?
Definitely just play calling. Coach Woody does a great job just setting us up for success and reading the game, and just it's up to us to go out there and execute, and I felt like we did that good.
Final one for me, both of you. Obviously, you probably dealt with this question before, and it's probably not going to be your first or last time doing it, but what does it mean to secure a win in West Point on Veterans Day?
Yeah, I was just we were talking about that, but a tremendous honor to be able to represent the Army in general. And I think we try to instill a lot of the Army values into the way we play, the way we have this program, our culture, and kind of what we embody. And I think I hope we did a good job putting that on display today.
And definitely, just representing all those men and women out there that are serving us, I feel like we do a good job of just representing that just gritty, black flag, don't give up attitude.
Appreciate your time and insight, both of you.
Of course, thank you.
Guys, after the big win against Air Force last week, there's always a chance of a letdown here. It didn't seem like that was the case at all, with the block punt and the way you guys played throughout most of the game, if not the whole game. Talk about that if you could.
Sure. I think we did a really good job of just making sure people were still on edge. We still have a lot to prove this season. And although that was definitely a big win last week, but we got another opportunity in front of us at the end of the day. I know for me personally, after this game, I got 2 more games left. So if I can't regret a single step I take on that field or on these practice fields or in the weight room. I think that goes for the whole team.
And definitely just through the course of the season, never getting too high or too low. Obviously last week was a great win, but just being the way the team got together this week and was able to prepare and just, stay focused on the task and not reliving last week too much was great.
They were averaging 40 points a game coming in. Granted, Patriot League team, but you held them to 14 today. Their passing game was not what many of us expected. Talk about that if you could.
Sure. I think they had a lot of great players. They played as hard as any team I think we've played all year. They got some good athletes in that quarterback, those running backs, really good wide receiver, and their O-line blocked well. So there's no surprise that they're averaging 40 points a game. And to come in here and play hard and play for all 4 quarters, I'm not surprised at all, but I'm really glad our defense was stepped up, played hard, and matched that same energy, and could keep them to 14 like we did.
The number 80 is a big-time player, and you guys stopped him quite a bit. Anything special against him, the receiver?
I feel like, just everyone came out there and just played within their role in the defense and just made plays when the opportunity presented itself.
Thank you.
For either of you, whoever's more comfortable answering it, they got into your territory 6 of 8 possessions out there today, but they only emerged with 2 touchdowns. So what was the key of bearing down once they got to the cusp of the red zone?
Well, definitely, it's a staple on our plan to win on the goal line. So I feel like once they get down there, it's the whole defense. We're locked in. We're ready to make a play.
No quit attitude. I think, we're not going to make it easy on anybody to score a touchdown. No matter, if they're driving the ball, whatever, we're going to make it as hard as possible for them to actually get it in.
Appreciate your time and insight, both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Jabari, maybe just take us through again the 4th and 1 stop that you made, the pass right over the center. What were you thinking? How did you happen to be in that spot at that moment?
Like I said, Coach Woody does a great job putting us in positions to make plays. It was just a man-to-man, and it was, like I said, there was a threat of a pop pass. So just reading keys and reading through what the offense is doing and seeing that guy released, I was able to go over there and make a play.
Was that your experience showing, number of games you've played, number of times you've been in situations like that you knew what the play was and were able to make it?
It's definitely easier to see the flow of the game with the experience, and, that's what I'm trying to pass down to the young guys for when I go.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Anybody on Matt, if you want to go?
Yeah, so guys, congrats for the win and everything. And we'll just talk about how well your defense played and how you're able to keep them from scoring the amount of points that they did, because they were scoring 40 points a game and your defense played extremely well. So just talk about that.
I think Coach Woody does a great job of getting us prepared. And I think we had, we knew they were going to be a really good team. And this was a big opportunity for us to play well. And so we went out there and just executed our job to the best of our ability. And I think we did a really good job of stopping them when they were in scoring position. And I think that really helped us out a lot.
And if I may just ask just one more question. Having that big win over Air Force last week, how did you guys mentally prepare for this week's game against Holy Cross?
Definitely just, on Sunday after the Air Force game, we celebrated that Saturday, but on Sunday it was time to refocus and get ready for this week. And so just being able to reset and game plan for this week was huge.
Okay, congrats, guys, with the win.
Thank you.
GoBlackKnights.com, if you want to go.
Yes, this is Charles Grievous with GoBlackKnights.com. First question goes out to Leo. First of all, congratulations on the win today. It appeared that on several occasions you were personally tracking their quarterback, Slugka, although he had a productive day, 171 yards on the ground. Was that part of the defensive game plan?
Not necessarily. I think we were just kind of playing our coverage, and it happened to be that way. But, he doesn't make it easy on you, so that's for sure. And, I think we did a good job of containing him for the most part, or at least, in those big situations, kind of getting a stop.
Great. And this is for Jabari. Again, congratulations on the win today. Great read on the 4th and goal, by the way. Would you say today's defensive play was more bend and don't break style? Because you guys gave up 26 first downs, 395 total yards, but you held them to 14 points, and the defense had 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery.
I feel like definitely when they get down in the goal line, it's time to bow up and make a stop. But just all the credit goes to Coach Woody just getting us in that position. And, yeah, they might get a first down here or there, but we know when it's time to make a play.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys good.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. Great for Canvas Media. Congratulations. How do you feel just getting off to a 2-touchdown lead, first on the special teams touchdown, and then you were able to run 29 yards and then get the pitch play going to Tyrell for a touchdown. How do you feel like you get to that start?
Oh, the defense really stepped up today. Getting that first stop, and then Elo getting the big touchdown. That's awesome as an offense. To know your defense has your back, your special teams has your back, So them giving us that cushion to start the game was huge. And then, that first scoring drive was big for our offense. So.
And you get the 69-yard pass to Casey Reynolds, but they call it that he stepped out on the 1-yard line. You had a penalty, and then the fourth down play seemed like you just got hit real hard on, right short of the goal line.
It was unfortunate Casey wasn't able to get in, but we get down to the 1-yard line, we got to score, and that's just mental errors on the penalty, and we just can't have that as an offense if we want to keep winning games. So with that scenario, we just got to be better. When we get down the red zone, we have to score touchdowns. So we let the team down on that drive, and that's something we're going to have to get better at.
Yeah, it just seemed like you resurrected the pitch play to Tyrell at least 3 times that I saw. And it didn't seem like Holy Cross was expecting it, so you had success on those plays. Was that just something that you saw as an opportunity today?
Yeah, the look they were giving us was favorable for that play, and they kept giving us the same look, so we were able to have success in that play. And then T-Rob, he's a great player, so getting him the ball any way we can is huge.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bryson, can you talk about that 4th-and-1 play at the end of the game and getting that first down to seal the game and what the offense had to do to get there?
Yeah, back to what I was saying. On the goal line, we didn't get it. That's a culture play. 4th and 1, we have to get those every single time. So line stepped up and created a hole. Running backs, knocked the linebackers back, and I was able to get across for the first down to seal the game. So that was huge for our offense.
Hey, Bryson, Jeff Monken, E&V Magazine. On that note, wanted to ask about the last 2 drives of the game because they had held you guys in check for most of the second half. But you get the field goal on the last drive, and then your final 11 yards kind of seal it. Was there a message you had to the rest of the unit? And if so, what'd you tell them?
It was just finish the game. Finish the game on our terms. Don't let them have the ball back and let the defense try to win it for us. Because, the defense has played spectacular all game. They're the reason we won that game. So we had to step up as an offensive unit to help this football team. So that's that was a message. We got to pull our into the bargain and help the defense, help the special teams. And thankfully, we were able to do that at the end.
Obviously, you don't want to get caught looking ahead, but at the same time, how have you guys set yourselves up to end this season on a high note? We're just looking at Coastal Carolina, get a big win for the seniors on senior night. That's the only focus right now. Final one for me. What does it mean to win at home on Veterans Day?
It's awesome. We've struggled at home this year, and that's something we haven't done in Monken's time here. So it was huge getting a win for us, the core, all the veterans out there watching. That was a big win.
Appreciate your time and insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
I asked the other guy the same question. Coming off the Air Force win, there's always a chance of a letdown. I didn't see that at all. I saw a real tough performance by Army in a very tight game. Came down to a couple of plays, really. Talk about that if you could.
Yeah, I think guys did a really good job this week of not letting the noise of, you guys played great against Air Force, you got a big win. I don't think guys let that get to them. I think guys came out and were playing really hard. We just got to execute better on offense. But overall, I think guys were playing hard and they were ready for this game.
The defense played better than they've played this year, but I thought the Army, you guys did what you had to do to win the game.
Yes, sir. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. A win's a win, no matter how pretty, how ugly. So it was great to get a win on the field. And defense has been playing lights out the past 2 weeks, and that helps our confidence as an offense as well.
Thank you.
Anything else in the room? Charles, GoBlackKnights.com. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Bryson, and congratulations on the win today. I'm going to go back to what Ken was asking you before. It appears that we're seeing flashes of the old Tyrell Robinson. Do you sense yourself utilizing him more in the offense, and what is your assessment of his continued progress and performance?
Yeah, he's still the old 2-1 that everyone's grown to love. He's still a baller. So every week we're trying to find ways to get the ball in his hands. And today, the look Holy Cross was giving us was favorable to get T-Rob the ball. So continuing to get him the ball is what's going to lead to more success moving on.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Ken McMillan, go ahead.
Hey, Bryson. Ken McMillan from The Record. Bryson, this is a couple weeks in a row, though, where the offense hasn't been able to punch the ball in the second half. How concerned are you about four-quarter consistency?
Yeah, it's frustrating. That's something we've dealt with all year. Trying to put together 4 quarters to help this football team. And, we didn't do that today. But thankfully, the defense and the special team stepped up and allowed us to get the win.
Bryson, on the play where you got stuck at the goal line, you had a couple real big blockers out there on the right side. I know it's your decision on when to move. How do you look back and say, maybe I should have gone a little further out to the right side, or did you just see something there in the middle?
Yes, sir. That's something I'll see in film. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. But definitely, I made a decision to go inside, and it wasn't the right one. So we'll see if there was something on the outside. But, yeah, obviously I'd always rather do something different once it doesn't work out.
Last thing, obviously you guys have won 2 in a row after the 5-game losing streak. How much better does this feel?
Winning's awesome. Winning makes everything a lot better. Winning's great, and hopefully we continue that streak these last 2 games.
Thank you, Bryson.
Sir.
Last one, Matt, go ahead.
Yes, Bryson. First of all, congrats with the win, and it's Matt Truckenay with Herb FM Sports Radio. And just if you can tell me, what are some things that your offense needs to improve upon?
The glaring thing the past 2 weeks has been penalties. There's not been many drives these past 2 weeks that we just couldn't move the ball, that that the defense stopped us. It was just mental mistakes, getting penalties is what has killed us these past 2 weeks. So that's something we just got to clean up. And then just overall execution.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Jabril Ken Kreitzer, Canvas Media. It's a first series for Holy Cross, and you go in on the punt team, and tell us what happened on the punt block.
Yes, sir. Everyone was firing on all cylinders. That's purely just taking the drills to the plays in the game. We like to say a lot around here that we won that play earlier in the week because we practiced exactly what we expect to happen. You put any one of the guys on the depth chart in my position, and I guarantee you they're going to make the same play. I just happen to be there at the right time. But if you look at the play and you watch it again, everyone on that line was doing their job and getting past their guys and practicing their fundamentals and executing the way it was supposed to execute. So all credit to them and all credit to the coaches for scheming up such a perfect plan.
Jabril, you kind of starting to have a knack for this stuff. Is it something that, I don't know if we talked to you about something like you did in high school too, or is it just kind of the coaching that has happened at West Point to have you success on the punt blocks?
I said before, actually, that I believe our special teams coaches are the best in the country. The way that they have us do certain drills directly correlates to what we do in the games, and that's why I'm so thankful for, to be able to take those drills directly to the games. As far as high school goes, always a chance to rep Joliet Catholic Academy. We always emphasize special teams in high school, so taking what I learned from there to here pretty much was an easy transition, and like I said with the coaches, how much we emphasize it here just put me in the right position and everyone in the right position to make plays all the time. You go and you look at all the other schemes and all the other phases of special teams, you can pick any guy and they're making plays. So
Feels like a unit touchdown, so to speak.
For sure. Did you see Ella Mendoza? The way he was striding. Talk about an athlete. The way he was in the right position at the right time, I'm telling you, that was all drills.
Hey, Jabril, Jeff Monken, ENV Magazine. To go on that, to bounce off of that on Ella Brennan, did you think you had a chance at that ball? And what did you think when you saw Ella running it to the end zone? Did you assume automatic 6 on that?
I was just happy to see him scoop it up and execute so well. Like I said, that's all a part of what we do. Have a guy block it and have a guy come up right behind it and scoop it. That's excellent. Just he has a knack for the game, as you can tell. Freshman making plays like that, he obviously is in the right place. Once I saw him pick it up and run, it was just nothing but pure happiness in my mind. I was like, that's how you do it. Great job.
Special teams obviously played a big role today. You know, I think you guys averaged 42 yards a punt, pinned them inside the 21 time. So how important was and of course field goal at the end. So how important was special teams to a win like this today?
Crucial. I believe special teams played a huge role, as does special teams in every single game. Like I said, we emphasize it here, and we believe that it's a huge part of the game. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not exactly sure on the word, but we believe that it's a third of the entire game. So it's a lot of plays and a lot of time played a part of the game on special teams. And talk about a guy like Cooper Allen, just getting us in perfect field position. We believe that punt and punt block are crucial plays to getting us where we want to be on the field. And having 10 guys besides me doing what they have to do at the right time, that just makes everything much more smooth for our team to get us in a position to win.
Appreciate your time and insight. Thank you.
Cooper Allen had a tough game a couple games ago against Troy, I guess. And then, of course, he played real well last week and again this week. What do you think, what's going through his head right now?
He's very resilient. He's a very resilient guy. He's a great kicker as well. We couldn't ask for a better punter than him. And just the entire room, the coach attorney, the way he runs that room, you could take any one of those guys and they're going to execute. He may have faced some adversity, but the important thing is that he came through today and he's on an upward trend. So I'm just really excited to see what he's going to do. And all credit to him. I'm a big fan of. I'm a big Cooper Allen fan.
Thank you.
GoBlackKnights.com. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Great play today on special teams. Talk a little bit about just the mindset that you have going into a game like this, obviously coming off a big win. And again, special teams plays an important role in any game. Talk about the special teams play today.
Yes, sir. Everything was, like I said, schemed up. We all had our direct plan of what we have to do, and that's kind of the plan every single week. Our coaches just remind us every single day, watch more film, figure out tendencies on what the punter might do or what the wing might do or what different guys in the line might do, watching the snapper and the tendencies he has, and just really studying. It's all about film. And obviously, everyone on the line, they studied. Everyone out there, they studied, and they did exactly what they had to do to execute. And I'm just really proud of them, and I'm grateful for coaches to scheme up something like that so well that it worked out.
Job well done. Thank you very much.
Jarrell, I was just wondering if you were out on the field for the onside kick recovery that Noah Short made, or if you saw the play. What was involved, would you say?
I was not on the field, but I had a great view of it. And Noah Short, he did his thing. Every single guy out there, they have a very crucial purpose, and they did their job today, and I'm grateful that they did. We have different segments of different guys who align well up for different scenarios, and on that team, the hands team went in, and they did what they had to do, and I'm grateful for them.
You had a 20-yard punt return today, is that correct?
I did not.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Misread.
Matt, if you want to go.
Matt Treckenaya from Herbert from Sports Radio, and congrats on the win and everything. And what does it mean for you to win this game on Veterans Day?
That's a very, very good question. It's kind of hard to express with words what this means to me. Obviously, the way the uniform that we don and the role that we play, it's very, very important to us to win on Veterans Day for all those who have served and all those who are currently serving. It was huge, and we took a different mindset coming into this game because it wasn't like any other game. The people watching, the vets in the stands, they've done their job, and it was time for us to do our job. And just a huge thank you to everyone who has served and who is currently serving. Gives us a purpose every single day when I wake up to know that we got people fighting for us.
Thanks, and congrats with your win today.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm certainly proud of our defense. I thought they played a great first half and made some big stops. Had a big stop on 4th down in the second half. Kept us in the game. They were the reason we were able to win the football game. But just the whole team, toughness and resiliency, and to get that last 4th down on 4th and 1, which we needed to win the football game. That was a big play. Now, there's a lot of things happened in the game I'm disappointed about. I'd like to wish it could have changed right there on the spot, but give Holy Cross credit. They got a good team. They're well coached. They're physical. That quarterback is dynamite. He's as good a runner at quarterback as we faced. He's really good. Big play in the game, obviously, was the punt block in the first drive. And Coach Saturnio, our special teams coordinator, did a great job of really putting our guys in position, and they did. It was a nice job executing. Jabril Williams, who's blocked punts here before, he's come off the edge and blocked a punt. He was right down Main Street today, and really a gutsy block, because when you're running right at the punter, there's that chance you're going to rough him, and he knew he could get it and smothered the kick. It was heads up by Mendoza scooping that thing up and running it in. So glad to get a win. We needed it certainly to win 2 in a row was big for us. But we got to get back to the drawing board tomorrow. Coastal Carolina is a great football team, very, very talented football team, and we're going to have a great effort next week to win. So we'll enjoy this one and get back to it.
Go ahead, Ken. Coach, congratulations. This game, Leo Lowen played another 12 tackles, and on the first drive, he gets a sack on the Holy Cross quarterback that sets up the punt that was blocked. And then the next drive out, he gets another sack that set up the fumble recovery by Jackson Powell. I mean, just incredible play.
Those are both really good plays. And he was around the football a lot today. I think he had double-digit tackles, and that's two weeks in a row. But he just prides himself on fitting where he's supposed to and being in the right position. And he didn't make every tackle, but he makes a bunch of them for us. And he's done a really good job this year as a captain and helping keep that defensive unit focused.
Bryson Daly, again, a strong running game, 83 yards, 4 yards of carry. And then also the 69-yard pass to Casey Reynolds, unfortunately stepped out. What was the thought on the 4th and 1 play? You let Bryson run it, said maybe giving it to a fullback.
There at the end, you're saying?
Yeah.
That play has been a good play for us. By having the quarterback carry it, we get an extra blocker, so the running back's able to either lead or take a guy off the edge, and so it's been a good short yardage play for us. And he's such a strong runner. He breaks a lot of tackles. He's able to move the pile. He's a little bit like a fullback when he puts his shoulder down and runs the ball like that. So we just felt confident in that call and having him carry it.
Just as I asked Bryson, you got pitch play going today to Tyrell Robinson at least 3 times. So it didn't seem like Holy Cross was even expecting it. They weren't guarding the outside.
They did a pretty good job stringing us out a couple of times. We just kept getting it out there toward the perimeter, and finally he'd pitch it at the end. He had one to Markel down our sideline, which is a good gain. But they had a couple times where they sniffed it out pretty good. They're a good defense, and that I thought they did a good job defending us today. But we hit a couple plays, and getting the touchdown and going up 14-0 was that was big. Obviously, we needed an offensive touchdown there in the first half. I would have liked to have gotten one off of that long pass that we threw to Casey, and that's probably the drive that I'm most disappointed in, and probably, frankly, most embarrassed about. That we get the ball at the 1-yard line, and we walk it in on first down. We got a holding call, 3 on the day. And then we take it back. We get it back down to the 1-yard line. And we got 3 cracks from the 1, and we don't get it in. And we pride ourselves in those situations of getting the ball in there, and we didn't do it. I'm really disappointed. But our defense did a great job. they had the ball at the 1 yard line too, and went for the pop pass there at the very end, and Jabari made a big heads-up play and knocked it out. That's the difference in the game. They probably beat us if they get that touchdown. Thank you.
Go ahead, Seth.
The offense, I guess the struggle is the goal line today, but what do you think's missing in the offense to get you guys where you want to be? Are the penalties holding you back a little bit, or no?
Well, the penalties did. They told me I think we had 7 drives today. So 3 of those, there were holding penalties on. We didn't score on either or any of the 3. The one was down there on the goal line. We punted on one that wasn't a holding penalty. We scored on one, kicked a field goal on another, took a knee on the last one. So the penalties really hurt us. A couple of times we had a chance to throw to some uncovered receivers. That the pass to Josh Lingenfelter there at the end. On the first drive, we had the wheel route, and we didn't hit T-Rob, and we had to punt the ball there. There's some opportunities there to hit some plays, and so I don't know. I don't know what's missing. If I knew, I'd fill in the hole and correct it. But we're trying to run the ball and run the zone, and they did a good job getting off blocks and kind of muddying up the water in there, trying to add the back end as a blocker and run the quarterback. Give them credit; they did a good job. We had on the field goal drive. We had to play that on I think it was 3rd down, maybe 2nd down. We ran the quarterback counter, and we got the whole edge. And Bryson just stuck his nose up in there and could have continued out and probably run it like a sweep play, which is the way it was designed. And he was, I think, adamant about trying to just get the first down. That one might walk in there for a touchdown. So there's some plays out there that if we had them back and did a better job blocking them up and able to complete a couple passes, then maybe it's a different story. But I'm just glad we had enough to win.
Coach, congratulations on the win. As I'm walking down here, I said, maybe this is an ugly win. Then I said, maybe it's 2 hard-nosed teams going at each other. What do you think?
That's a good football team. That's a team that lost by 3 to Boston College in the opening game. They won 12 games a year ago with the same quarterback. They won 6 ball games this year. They lost to Boston College and us. They lost to Harvard, who's got a good team, and lost to Lafayette. And so they got good players. They got good coaches, and they got a good football team. And we knew they would. I knew they'd be tough and tough to beat. I think their quarterback run game is as good as anybody we faced. That reminded me a little bit of the kid from Boston College, the way he ran the ball. The kid's good. And I'm sure that probably he had some opportunities in the transfer portal. At least I'm told he did a year ago to go to Power 5 schools. He can certainly play at that level. And, credit to them. They were able to keep him, and he does a good job for them. So it was 2 tough, rugged football teams, and give them credit. They got a good team. I think just slugging it out.
You won the turnover battle again today.
We did. That made a difference in the game for sure. As I mentioned, the pick by who was it down there? Q. Yeah, stepped in front of that. That was a big play because they're going to get points there. That's an opportunity for a touchdown or a field goal. So, yes, I'm glad we were able to do that.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win today. I was hoping we could talk a little bit about the special teams out there because you have the punt block, and Cooper Allen has a strong day punting, one inside the 20, and averaged 42 on 3 attempts today. So, what can you say about the role special teams played in today's win?
It was obviously the punt block was the difference in the football game. To get off to a 7-0 start like that, without that punt block, maybe we don't win the game. Cole Talley kicked off and did a really good job. The last kickoff, there was a really strong wind coming from the scoreboard toward the building, and he ripped it and put it about 8 yards deep in the end zone. And Cooper did a good job. Cooper just, there was one time where they gave us pressure, and they brought a guy off our right side, and he was close to it. But a couple times they were in punt safe. They left their defense out on the field, and so he was able to take his time and get off a good kick, and so that was, he did a good job with it.
Holy Cross gets in your territory today, 6 out of 8 drives saved, but you only allowed 2 touchdowns. So what was the key? What did you think of the way your team bared down once they got to the cusp of the red zone, once they started to press forward a little bit?
Yeah, it's frustrating to see them go down there and get on that side of the field. That, get a little anxious because they get close to scoring, but the defense just came up with some plays, and we talked about it, I think, last game. Just said, it's not pretty all the time. It's a little bit of a bend, don't break mentality, but it worked out. The guys made enough plays and kept them out of the end zone, and got some turnovers, and it was great. Like I said at the very beginning here, when I stepped in here, it was a great effort by our defense. They kept us in the game.
Final one for me. What can you say about your team's ability to, as you said, quote unquote, win ugly?
Well, I thought it was beautiful, because we've been on the other side of victory far too often this year, and that's miserable, I can tell you. And they're a good football team. I knew they would be, and they are a good football team. So we beat a good team today, and outsiders looking in think, oh gosh, it's an FCS program. Well, you could take a poll in here when our guys come in here for the team meeting tomorrow and have guys put their hands up. How many guys had a scholarship offer at Holy Cross? There wouldn't be too many hands going up. Go ask the same question at their team meeting tomorrow. How many guys in here had an offer from Army? There'd be a lot of hands go up. This is what it is. I mean, it's not like when we've won games here, it's not always been where we just boat race somebody out of the stadium. And we're hanging on for dear life. We're stopping fourth down plays, and we're stopping 2-point conversions, and we're winning in overtime. And when we've had really good years, we've won a lot of those close ones. And this is a good football team, a talented team. And so our guys to be able to find a way to win, I think was fantastic. And it's really a good win for our program, especially being 3-6 going into this weekend. We'll have to play a lot better next week. We will. Coastal Carolina's very talented. They got a great quarterback, and they're a well-coached football team, and they're having a great year. So it's going to take a tremendous effort next week, but we'll try to gather what we can from the win today, and what was good, and what we can fix, and try to get it fixed. And there's plenty to fix, but there's some good too.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
In last week and in past years, you talked about the extra intensity of the CIC games. Today was a home game on Veterans Day. Was there any extra intensity today?
Oh, I don't know that there was extra intensity because it was Veterans Day. It's every day is Veterans Day around here. I mean, everybody that works on this campus is tied to our men and women that serve. We've got a great number of men and women who are on active duty right now that are administrators, that are professors, part of our staff, tactical officers. So there's veterans here every day, and we appreciate the opportunity to represent our men and women that serve. We wear their colors every day, and so it's with a tremendous amount of pride that we run onto the field carrying the American flag and wearing the uniform that we share with our men and women that serve. So our guys, I think if you ask any Army unit that's fighting together, they're fighting for the other people in the unit. And there's pride in country and, the bigger picture stuff. But, let's really, when it comes down to it, it's the people you've built relationships with, and you fight alongside of them, and you fight to win with them. And our guys do too. They fight with their teammates and for their teammates. But we also are very aware that we represent something much bigger than ourselves. Not just a university, which we do, and our graduates, our long gray line, which we do, but over 1 million men and women who currently serve on active duty in the military, our Army reservists, and every man and woman that's worn that uniform, our veterans, those that have put themselves in harm's way and have served under the red, white, and blue. It's a privilege and an honor for us to do that all the time. So it's not we don't sit in a team meeting and sing patriotic songs. We got a job to do, but I know our guys are proud and particularly just happy to win on Veterans Day, and hopefully that our men and women that have served and currently serve are watching a team they can be proud of.
We're going to do 2 on Zoom. Go Black Knights. Charles, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach, and congratulations on the win today. Tough game.
Thank you, Charles.
No pun intended, but the special teams play kicked off your scoring for the day. But I would like to ask you about Quinn's kicking performance this season, which also was on display today.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about his performance along with the confidence you have in him, particularly in clutch situations?
He's having a really good year. Obviously, there's some kicks a year ago that he that really bugged him. The Troy game, missing the kicks there. But you come back and he kicks two clutch field goals in the Army-Navy game and helps us win that football game. 3 really big kicks last week against Air Force. Those were important for us in the victory. And then today, it's a big kick into the wind. I mean, it was down there on the field. I don't know what it was like, but I could see the flags. They were sticking straight out when he went out there to kick that ball, and so it was a great kick. And he's developed physically and just mentally. He's really gained a lot of confidence. And Coach Saturnio, I can't say enough for the job he does with those guys and building their confidence and helping them get in a great mental space to be able to do their job, because that's a lonely place out there when you're the kicker, the snapper, the holder. Everybody's going to notice a mistake. So he does a really good job of helping those guys. But I'm proud of Quinn. It was a big kick again today.
And my follow-up and final question, on a couple of cases, you went to the traditional option setting, quarterback under center, which probably surprised the Holy Cross staff as well as some Army fans, which obviously leads to the possibility of seeing the ball distributed a little bit more. Is this something that is part of the maturation of the offense, and should we anticipate more of that going forward as close out the season?
Oh, we thought that might help us. We hadn't run any under center players all year, and we thought maybe we could pop a couple of those in there and force them to change gears a little bit from the way that they were defending us in the gun to an under center defense. And we had the wheel route. That was the first play that we ran from under center and tried to throw it to T-Rob, and it was a little bit out in front of him and inside. But we had him open, ran the toss, ran a trap in there. So just some things that were a little more fast-hitting. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's something we'll continue to do. It just felt like today that was a way that we could catch him off guard a little bit.
Thanks, Coach, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Charles.
Last one, Matt, Herb, FM Radio, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, Matt Truckinelli, Herb FM Sports Radio, and first of all, congrats with the win and everything. And you guys have a tremendous defense. So if you can just talk about that goal line stand that you guys had defensively and how that changed the trajectory of the game. Thanks.
The defense has played really well the last 2 games, and they have played pretty tremendous the last 2 weeks. We haven't played tremendous all year long, but they played pretty well the last couple of weeks. And the goal line stand was huge, as I mentioned earlier. Without that goal line stand, I'm not sure we win the game. They probably beat us. So it's a big play. It's some good stops on the run game, and then they went with the pop pass. And when I saw that guy slip behind us, I said something I won't repeat, but Jabari Moore came from the opposite side of the formation, recognized it, and just made a great play. It was a huge stop. And then just to be able to get the ball off the goal line like we did and get a first down and give ourselves a little breathing room is a really big turn of events there.
Last question, Dylan, do you have one for Coach? Go ahead.
Think that your team can improve on?
Dylan, there's not enough time in the afternoon for me to tell you all the things we could improve on. But I'll be ready for your suggestions, so you can write them all down for me. Maybe we can work on that stuff. I'm glad you're here, buddy.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.